Hello, everyone. I really want to apologize for last week not getting a video up. I just had a very sick dog and a lot going on with that. I won't go into details, but we did have two emergency vet visits over the weekend and one on Monday morning, and she seems to be feeling a little better, so I'm happy about that. I have a migraine today, so it's probably not going to be a very long video, but I have some big changes coming, and I haven't told any of my friends. When two people know what's going on, and it's a big change. And I'm a little nervous about it, and that's probably the reason for the migraine is I am going to solidify this change tomorrow, and it's a big one. I'm pretty nervous about it. It's brought me a lot of anxiety, but I think it is a huge opportunity for me. It's going to be interesting. And I'm probably going to lose some friends over it. But like I said, I'm actually going to choose myself for a change. And move forward with my choice. And we'll see what happens. I can't really tell you what it is yet. It'll probably be not next weekend. Probably be 2 weeks before I can actually tell you what's going on and what's happening. It'll be after the 4th of July weekend. Yeah, it's just, it's crazy. And people are going to say I'm crazy. But it is a rare opportunity. And I'm just going to grab it and go. I'd be stupid not to. I wish I could just tell you, but I can't. If someone is watching that knows me, then it will get out, and I can't have it yet. So yeah, that's where it is. It's nothing crazy like meeting somebody online and moving to another country or something. It's a good opportunity. So yeah, really thought I was going to lose my dog, and brought a lot of anxiety to me over the week and the weekend. And I talked to one of my girlfriends and started crying because I knew taking this dog last year at 9 years old, and now she's 10 and a half. I knew that, obviously she's older. My other dog is 5. She'll be 6 in August. So I don't expect the end to come very soon. And I knew taking her in, that she was an older dog. And I've said this because I put 2 dogs down last year. I've said that these are my last 2 because when I was talking to my friend, I'm like, and I just start crying, and I'm like, I'm so tired of death that I don't want to do it anymore. So these are my last two dogs. I will choose not to go through that again. And I know a lot of people have told me, well, foster. Well, maybe that is something I'll do. But I will not be adopting anymore because the outcome is horrible. And I am getting older. And I don't want to get a puppy that may end up in a shelter because something's happened to me. So that's another thing that I think about. If, I don't know, maybe some of you don't know, a dear friend of mine, I worked for her for over 20 years, died last year in April. Or not in April, in February. I had put my oldest dog down in January. This woman, who was a very dear friend of mine and my mentor and my boss for so many years, passed away in February. And she had two dogs, a corgi and just a little terrier mix. Well, they went into a boarding facility. God, I can't talk. My head is just pounding. So they were at a shelter, and they were trying to find a home for them. Well, the corgi wasn't housebroken at 9 years old, and the other dog was, older, 14. So it was really difficult. Well, then they found someone that would adopt the corgi, and that meant that the older dog was going to go to the Humane Society, and that broke my heart, and I couldn't do it. And it was funny because when they said that they were keeping me in the loop, they said something about the corgi maybe adopted by two ladies, and I was right away, I was like, who are these people? Have you completely done a check on them? Are they from the area? Are they going to take care of her? And it hit me, like, these dogs can't go. They can't be separated, and they can't go into the Humane Society. So I took them. A friend of, well, actually the cleaning lady of my boss, was very close with her too, had worked for her for just as many years as I had. She drove them actually halfway because I was living in Texas. She drove from Michigan to Arkansas, and I drove from Texas to Arkansas to pick them up. And the 14-year-old was in horrid shape. Like, he was skin over bones. And I was horrified at the condition he was in. So I started feeding him small meals, like 10, pieces of food and stuff. I spent the night in Arkansas, and in the morning I drove back on a Sunday, and I continued to feed him small amounts of food. And Monday I took him to work with me because it was just the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. And I really wanted to keep an eye on him. Well, he was very lethargic, and so I decided that I was going to take him into the vet. And I did Tuesday morning. And he had started vomiting water and everything. So I made an emergency vet visit on Tuesday morning, and they did x-rays. They did blood work, and they did x-rays, and he had a massive tumor in his abdomen, and it was pushing his stomach up towards his spine, and he wouldn't be able to swallow or eat anything. So I had to make the decision to put him down, which killed me. It broke my heart. And then it was just my mix dog, who's like 65 pounds, and then the corgi. And I felt, that I should do this because they were her dogs. So I keep in contact with her brother, who lives out in Maryland, and I'm back in Michigan. I moved them back, and he said something to me on Sunday that really resonated with me. And he's like, Luann, if she's sick, if Claire, the corgi, is so sick, he's like, please don't keep her alive because you feel an obligation to Gail. And it hit me like, I mean, I care for the dog. I love the dog, but it did hit me that I've put her through a lot of stuff this past weekend, blood work and just trauma. And I told him, I said, you're right. I think that if we have one more emergency visit, it will be the last visit. And I haven't had to take her back in. She seems to be feeling a little better today, so we'll see what happens. I think it's just like people sometimes, they do the feel better, and then they just take a turn for the worst, and it's the end. So we'll just have to wait and see with that. But yeah, oh God, I'm suffering with this headache. So, yeah, that's where I've been for the last week or so. I did a lot of volunteering yesterday. I came home several times to check on the dogs, and today I spent mostly, I haven't been feeling the best, so just migraine, nausea with it, and stuff. So I've been laying on the couch or napping all day, and felt like I needed to get a video up for you guys because I said I would, and just let you know where I am. And more exciting things are coming that are stressing me out and it's making me excited too. So stay tuned. Hopefully I will be here next week. But like I said, I won't be able to tell anything until 2 weeks from today. So about the news. So I hope you all had a good week, and I hope that we have a good week next week. So I guess that'll do it for today. And like I said, have a good week, and I'll see you next weekend.